Hello everyone and welcome to another Destiny 2 Lightfall Legendary Campaign Guide. Today we're going to be showing how we like to defeat Calus in the Desperate Measures final mission. This is an interesting fight. I'm not going to show builds because we all chose to go Strand for the purposes of this video. But I will say that you do not have to use Strand.
Breaking his thing, just keep him in the middle.
In fact, I think some of the other builds and having your build and having builds that you've worked on and perfected can actually help you here. Things like Thunder Crash, things like a Fusion Well of Radiance Warlock, a Dawnblade Warlock, a Gathering Storm Arc Hunter are all very strong. A Nova Bomb Warlock as well, very strong.
But for
the purposes of this video, we went with Strand. Because I think a lot of people want to use Strand, they want to use it, plus they're going to see it there and they're going to grab it, right? So for the purposes of this video, we're all using Strand, so I'm not going to show any builds. But anyways, so with this arena, you're going to see three platforms out on the left side, a right, middle, and kind of left side, right? There's these platforms where the enemies are, and then there's these platforms which I'm jumping to right now. This is going to be our home.
We want to find
and we're going to spread out as a team. I think Bungie realizes that we all want to be inside wells, we all want to be inside healing rifts, and we all want to be inside, safe and together and group up. So I think they purposely designed this fight this way to spread us out, because I think the best way to accomplish this room is to spread out and have one guardian if you're a team of 3 on each platform. If you're doing this solo, just keep moving platform to platform, just keep moving. You really don't need to worry about these guys on the side very much. Maybe the incinerators would be a target of priority, but don't worry about it. The main thing here is he's going to call this aerial bombardment down. See, this is happening to me right now. It kills me. It hurts. If you're not aware of that coming in, you will die immediately. Now, we rotate. Every time someone gets this aerial bombardment on them, or whatever you want to call it, we rotate to a different platform. We'll call it out. Move, rotate. And help your teammates out. If you see it being called in on them, tell them, hey, CK, move, right? I mean, be helpful, right? Work as a team here. But when those get called in, we rotate to a different platform. And you're going to see us keep doing that throughout this fight. That keeps everybody safe. You say rotate, and we can rotate clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever. I usually look to see who's getting bombarded and see which direction they're going and run that way, right? So he's getting bombarded. You can see now, rotate, call goes out, we all rotate. He moves left, I move right, and you can see we're not worrying about these ads on the right. We're running right past them. They really don't do a lot of damage to you, so don't worry about them too much. I'm going to die here.
Hit me in midair.
Oh, maybe not. But I will preface this with I suck with Strand. I'm suck with these grapples, so you're going to see me die to it later. But your main focus is just killing Calus, right? Doing that damage, getting him to that first bar of time-gated, or not time-gated, but damage gate, so that you can spawn the first Tormentor in. Now, we put a lot of emphasis on killing the Tormentor efficiently and relatively quickly, because we feel that he is the most aggressive and worrisome part of this entire fight. If you don't give those Tormentors the respect they deserve, they will wreck your team, and if you don't control them, they'll wreck your team as well. So you can see we're doing a little bit of ad clearance, but not much. That Tormentor has now spawned. We're at that first damage gate, and that Tormentor spawned. Now you can see we remain spread out. The reason we remain spread out is because if we're all shooting his shoulder pads from a distance, he kind of gets confused on who he wants to target. It's like whoever's shooting better his shoulder pads, he decides to go target. And we're just using ARs or some sort of rifle from long range here to break those shoulder pads. No LMGs, no nothing like that. We all have linear fusion rifles on for that precision damage to Calus's head. We did try Divinity. It does not work. So, linear fusions for that precision damage to his head and ammo economy is what I would strongly suggest. Once both shoulder pads on the Tormentor is dead, he will pick someone to target. You should all then group up on this individual. Whoever he decides to target, group up. You can see him coming in. And then he's going to jump onto the platform, and immediately someone should tangle him like this to keep him there. Or blind him if you have a blinding grenade on. And then someone super. The Hunter super right now for Strand is super strong. You can see we only called in one super. And you can see how fast we got rid of that Tormentor. And we're going to immediately spread out again. So, to recap, shoot the Tormentor from distance, keep him in the middle next to Calus. Once you break both shoulder pads, let him aggro onto somebody, group up on that person as a team,
I'm at 3.
Suspend him, super him, type hand in the chest, rinse, repeat. Okay? Now we go back to boss damage. We're going to be continuing to move when the aerial bombardments come in, but continuing to work on him. Even if you run out of heavy here. I usually try to keep 2 or 3 heavy so that when the Tormentor comes up, we can deal with them quickly and efficiently. But even if you run out of heavy, just shoot him with your primary. He's beefy in this stage, but just shoot him with your primary. It's okay. This fight is a marathon, but we can't have the marathon going all day. So you really need to put a lot of focus and emphasis on whittling Calus down as best you possibly can.
I get my super.
Okay. So you can see we do get an ad spawn. I do focus a little bit on these ads because of those incinerators. The incinerators, once you get through that first damage gate, do spawn pretty regularly. And they do hurt. And if they get them on both sides of you, there's really no safe spot on these little staging or whatever you want to call it that will keep you protected. So I highly suggest taking out the incinerators on those platforms the best you can. Okay. I do try to clean up the interior here a little bit every so often. You'll see on purpose because all this little amounts of damage does hurt. So when I'm not being focused by Calus, sometimes I will just focus on some ad clearance, but then go right back to Calus. Calus is your main, when the Tormentor is not out, he's your focus as a team, right? You can see the incinerator trying to kill CK over there. They got some range on those things. Now he's focused on me, right? So I would suggest trying to kill them if you feel like you're getting a lot of heat from them, not to be punny. But we're going to continue to work Calus until the next Tormentor spawns, which is right now. And it's the same. Rinse, repeat. Shoot him from range, right? Shoot him from range with your assault rifle, or I would suggest assault rifle, but if you have a pulse or whatever, something with some distance on it, shoot him from range, work his weak point shoulders until you break both of them. Once they are broken, he will target somebody, and you're going to go join that individual to do damage. Now, I have a super here, so I'm saving it for this Tormentor, and you'll see that in a second. So again, you can see how he's just held there in the middle. He's not going to jump out. If you don't give him the respect, he will immediately target somebody on one of these platforms and jump over there, unless you focus him like we're doing here now. Okay? You can jump in the middle and kind of wreck him if you have a super, but I find it's risky, and I think that this method is better. We've broken both of his shoulders, and now we're grouping up as a team. I'm going to get launched here by one of those dudes. I'm able to recover, and we're waiting for that Tormentor to drop back. Warlocks and stuff, when you're together like this, if you are doing a Well Warlock, a Well of Radiance, drop that Well here now. Okay, keep your team safe. If not, use the Rift. Keep your team safe. We're waiting for him to come back. He does. I immediately super, and we're going to tangle him. Cam is using Hunter. He does his slam or his jump and smash onto the ground to tangle him immediately. Keep him tangled, and when he's done, you're going to continue to wreck him here, okay? Right into the chest. Finish him when he's finishable. We're going to get targeted here. It's a rough situation that we're in, and we're just going to try to get out of here as quick as possible. But you can see you want to give them the respect they deserve. and shoot them and finish them off quickly. You don't want them over there on these platforms with you, and you're taking a ton of damage from them, okay? So, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Give them the respect they deserve and get rid of them quickly, okay? They are your only focus. Once he's gone, this is boss damage time, okay? I'm taking out some of these incinerators because they're starting to really hurt and really start to focus on us at different intervals of this. So I'm really starting to focus on these incinerators for our team. It's not bad. The other two should be solely focusing on doing damage, boss damage to Calus with whatever you got at this point. Animal economy sucks in this fight because you're not really don't have a lot of ads to kill, and if you are killing ads, they're most likely in dangerous positions. So if you do happen to see a heavy brick, grab it if you can, but be smart about it, okay? I would highly suggest ammo finders. Every little bit helps, okay? So you're going to continue to watch us just kind of whittle him down.
So this does become...
I like to do full gameplay so you can see that we make mistakes too. It's not, this isn't perfect. These guys will wreak havoc on you as well. When he gets down to like a third of health, he will just start... They will spawn. It's just one spawn, which is nice. So just focus them when they, they usually pick one or two and they just target those individuals and then go after them. Just give them the respect they deserve. You can see I use the tangle and then we move, okay? And then we're going to rotate here, right? Because we just had an aerial bombardment target somebody. We're going to target. And look how big his head is. It's a real big weak spot. Focus it the best you guys can and work him down. Like I said, Divinity does not work. So it does, like you can see, he's so bulky and girthy that the bubble barely shows through and it's really hard to hit. And kind of the game mechanic doesn't understand if you're hitting the Divinity bubble or hitting him. Okay. So now, once you get him to this stage and those melee guys are gone and the Tormentors are gone, it's all about... I'm going to die here at the Strand. But it's all about bringing Calus down quickly. I'm dying to Strand because I messed up. So I'm still trying to figure out Strand, honestly. The grapple, it has my number. But luckily, with this strat, you're very well protected and you shouldn't have to worry too much about death. So I'm the only one that dies, but... we have the reses to work through it. So Wither Horde on him, right? It's just all about whittling him down, staying safe, staying in the middle of these things, and getting them gone. Cam gets his Hunter Super and just goes in on him because we know we're not going to get a Tormentor. We know we're not going to get anything else, and then we're going to enter this second phase now. Okay.
There he is.
And CK has his super, so we know that we have enough damage to kill him. If you're running a Well Warlock, I suggest getting on top of one of these little pillars in this area and dropping Well, and you can just kind of rinse him with your fusion grenades and whatnot. It's pretty simple. He doesn't have a lot of health here, so use everything you got. Wither Horde, any Cataclysmic or Taipan ammo you have, and if not, just use your abilities for Strand and do your best. And just whittle them down, and that's it. That's the fight. But I hope this method helps you. I hope it helps you clear Calus. Thank you all for your continued support. I hope this helped you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.